This is the only part where you need one. You don't necessarily want to breathe those grains.
All right, putting on the mask. Water?
It's supposed to be 175. It was 179 a minute ago.
We'll lose a couple degrees. So 175 degree water. 3 pails, you said?
Yeah. Yep.
3 pails of that. And the third pail, and then
Okay, now
the mixture, a fifth of
I already
the cream,
stirred it.
followed by adding a couple more pails of water. Followed by more dry grain, stirring it in between. Back and forth. Couple more pails of water. Inside on the dry grain. And stirring it. Stay with one?
Yeah, we got plenty of water here.
Okay, good.
Now there's little lumps and clumps that form in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason we do this gradually, but I crush them as I go to make sure we get all of our grain exposed so that we get all of our available sugars out of there. You'll see a little chunk here and there, and you just...
I'm surprised they don't roll the grain or do something else to, like, you know, like you roll oatmeal and stuff into flat little things so that you'd expose more of the inside instead of leave it in the hull. It's just I'm just surprised. You'd think.
Commercial brewers do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but I'm just surprised. You'd think that that would expose more of the
I got a question for you. We never talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to take these spent grains home for your pets?
Yeah, we can try. Yep, we can try that.
These are the ones you see on the back of the trucks on the construction sites.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep their water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then you add a false bottom, drill it through, put the ball valve on there. And the formula is 1.5 quarts of water per pound of grain.
1.5 quarts of water per pound of grain. And breaking up the clumps is what he's doing right now to expose everything. And then we let it sit for a while.
Usually an hour.
Then this water is brought up close to boiling. That's about 5 gallons. That's going to be sparged through the grain that's been sitting in here. So now we're taking 180 degree water roughly and sparging it into the top to create the wort that's coming down into the pail. Sparging the hot water into the malt mix. Well, actually grain mix coming out. Starts to bubble when it's close to the end, and indeed it's looking like
May well have stopped.
we can tip it a little, can't we, or doesn't that work? No, the big pickup is in the middle, so tipping it doesn't help. And that's it. Then we have to bring the wort to a boil. Now we are at the end, the last addition of hops. 2 previous additions went in, and we are at flame out. Then the coil has gone inside to cool it and has to bring it down to 70 degrees before the yeast can be cast. The yeast goes in once the temperature is ideally down about 70, and currently at 75, 76, 77, 78. Now we have moved the wort up,
Here's how I
the
clean this
receptacle
guy.
down.
There should be the other part of this turkey baster. in there somewhere.
We're now at the step of siphoning into the container that it will ferment in, right? That's the container you're going to put a
That's the fermenter. Yeah.
fermenter. Yep. At this point, everything is put away, rinsed up, sterilized, and still siphoning. The yeast has been cast, and it will sink in time. Putting together the airlock for the top for the fermenter. Correction to the previous comment, the ales are top fermenting, so that might not sink too much in there, but here we go. The fermenting lock goes on. And now it just has to move to the basement. For how long? A couple weeks?
At least.
At least a couple weeks. There we are. And in it goes.